so surprised. I'm so surprised. Y'all been in church 2 hours and you're expecting to see heaven out here, and there ain't no heaven. You're still right here on earth. Hear the black man's truth. No, you can't deny it. You can't deny it. You've been down on your knees the last 2 hours, haven't you? Begging some God to help you in the hereafter. But the hereafter is right now, brother. The hereafter is here and now.
We a series of amendments and leather African pendants, handguns and incense. Liberation's expensive. Earned by studying love, books and bloods, the crooks and thugs, the capitalist loves. They the enemies of the people because the words written replace where the innocence was. Searching for knowledge to escape what ignorance does. So we earn liberation by rejecting what was.
You got to earn your liberation.
Yo.
What up, African? How's my audio?
Assalam. I hope your brothers can hear me as well. I don't get it. What's brothers? My brothers?
Walaikum salam.
Walaikum salam, brother. You know what I'm saying?
All right, brother.
Oh, man. So that's where you've been these last couple weeks?
I failed to comprehend the source of your amusements, my brothers.
I told y'all. I said Diallo was down bad. That boy was gonna be praying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
This is good to be back, brothers.
It's good to see you too.
Brother, welcome back, brother. Welcome back. Are you truly seeing me, brother? Because light is nothing more than a vibration. Are you truly seeing me? Are you truly perceiving what your eyes have put forth in your man? Because we need to get deep on this show, brother. We need to really start getting to the essence of the perseverance of the reality of the stagnant, concrete foundations of the situations, brother. For too long, we have been in the mist talking about things of the ethereal man's reality and not dealing with the true essence of the divine established prophecies.
Fellowship, brother.
It is Sunday. And
brother, is it truly Sunday though? Don't you understand the Gregorian calendar? They got you thinking it's Sunday where you worship the sun. There's no Mother Day. There's no Father's Day. There's no Daughter Day. But here we are, Sunday. And it is, in reality, the sun is only out in the day. So that is a double over stacking. Sunday, it ain't no sun night. So it can be day or sun, but why do you need a Sunday? Trigonologies, brother.
So I guess I need to say Dr. Martin.
Yeah, I mean, all degrees matter, bro. All degrees matter. I got, you know what I'm saying? I got them all, you know what I'm saying?
Whether you studied for them or just went online and printed them out.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I didn't even go online for them. Like, I'm just saying, like, listen, bro. I tell people this all the time. The first man that got a degree got it from somebody without one. You know what I'm saying? I'm a real deal master teacher, bro. I got all of them. I got all of them. I think, hold on.
Where's my pen at? Oh, okay. Oh, but happy Black August.
Yes, happy Black August. It has begun. It is also, by the way, Black Business Month. Don't forget that.
Really?
Yeah.
Officially?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
I want to say it's new, but I noticed it a couple of years ago. Apparently, National Black Business Month is observed every August to recognize, celebrate, and support Black-owned enterprises and entrepreneurs across the United States. And I'm wrong. Founded in 2004 by historian John William Templeton and engineer Frederick E. Jordan Sr. The annual event highlights the economic impact, resilience, and contributions of the millions of Black-owned businesses nationwide.
You see that, Jared? I just added 2 more.
I mean, get it. If there's room on the screen.
Yeah, they told me I had to stop at 50 characters. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? I got some more. I got plenty of degrees, baby.
I'm hot. I'm gonna have to.
You gonna have to do it. You know that I was gonna say. I would see him out there, no matter the weather, in them full suits, buttoned up.
I mean, I don't know how suits became associated with Islam. I don't know how that ever came to pass. Seems like, I mean, if I didn't know better, it seemed like they were just making shit up as they go along. I can't. Y'all gonna have to forgive me. I'm gonna have to expose some
pieces,
some flesh. Oh, it's hot.
So,
Woo.
By the way, my brother suggests you're going to lose our bet about the transfer of power when the minister passes. He was on my show a couple weeks ago.
There is a structured. Has the new leader been identified?
Not that I'm aware of, but I'm given full. It has been, you know, I'm been given full confidence that I will win that bet.
Because he gonna be the new leader.
Oh, I don't know. No.
I join that coup. You and I can post up. I join that coup.
No. Our Reese is halal.
That wasn't meant to be seen. Certain things ain't meant to be seen. They only meant to be absorbed.
Right.
Turn off the lights.
Right. But how you been, man? You recovered? You recovering? What's the
I'm good. I have to de-stress. I have to conduct myself in such a manner that I can be centered and calm, low blood pressure, low C-reactive protein, and just let all this, you know, destruction of the ecosystems and genocidal oppression, just let it wash off my back. I'm gonna start listening to R&B and shit. So, you know, they're like, wow, you have high levels of stress hormone. I'm like, yeah, you know, there's this place called Planet Earth. You should try visiting there. And then explain to me why I shouldn't be. I'm normal. You should be, when people come in with no high levels of stress, them the people you got to watch. Only the Satan.
Why are you so calm?
Right. Only Satan is the only person that should be smiling in hell.
Yeah, it's a bunch of sociopaths walking around here
normal.
with good blood pressure.
Right. Trying to pacify me. Medical pacification. You know, but the air quality is cleared up, man. You know, and I'm starting to conduct myself in age appropriate manner. So I think I'll be okay.
Back from his Hajj, living in Suna City. You've been over there with the EYL folks. And why is Geechee not here?
He said he's off on? He went traveling with some people, man, some young ladies.
Man, cool out, man.
Didn't he say he was taking some young ladies on a trip?
Hey, man, cool out, man. Don't do nothing.
Let me go back to the messages.
We go back to the messages, but I also just want to add. Last night, found a new one. Nature Boy is not alone.
No.
Oh, that guy ain't new. He been around forever.
Now
you saying there's another one? A new Nature Boy? And Geechee's not here at the same time? Come on, man. Come on, man. Geechee gone and you found another Nature Boy. What are we saying?
Hey, listen, bro. That's all I'm saying. I ain't getting into it.
Oh man.
Geechee sent us a message saying, I'm not gonna be there Sunday. I won't even be anywhere near technology. He said he won't have access to internet or any of the he'll be away from all of the. I'm
gonna tell y'all something I'm learning.
Frequencies.
The longer I'm around y'all, the more I realize that we are not prepared to go underground. We're not prepared. Like, this is not like Diallo just read the whole script. Like, bro, like you, man, Bad Boys moving silence. Like, what you on?
Oh no, I'm a big snitch. Listen, my code of silence comes with terms and conditions. It's like when you get a new phone. If you expect me to sit quiet on some shit, it's got to be some very specific shit.
Better read the fine print, fucking with Diallo. And
right, it's like I'll sit quiet. It has to be like on some Anne Frank shit. Like I won't rat you out if you hiding from the Nazis. But if you doing some weirdo shit, some predatory, I sing like a bird. I didn't told everybody that. I even told my homies coming up, don't implicate me in your crime, man. I'll be pointing. I had a homeboy. We was riding somewhere. He pulled over, got out, did a little drug deal, and got back in the car. And I'm like, let me tell you something.
That's
if we get pulled over,
yeah,
I'm telling you, I'd be on some Miss Sailor. I'd be on some I'd be pointing 3 fingers at you. I'll tell the police everything I know. Shit they don't even ask about. I'll be volunteering shit. Don't implicate me. Just leave me out. But like I said, if it's some Harriet Tubman shit, I'll hold that.
Okay.
But if it ain't no Harriet Tubman level type shit, don't ask me to be quiet.
Well, all I know is that I was supposed to not even, I thought I might not be able to make it here today, but I was like, nah, absolutely not. I'm not missing the show because I see what happens when you're not here. When you're absent, you get all sorts of associations and blames and speculations heaped upon you. The only safe place is to be on screen.
We analyze. We just take the bits and pieces of information and weave the
metadata. You just take the metadata, and the metadata says Geechee's not here.
I'll be traveling
with the same level of engagement as the last Nature Boy.
So I probably won't have good internet.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, drop me off at the next
shit.
That's right.
I probably won't have good internet while with the youth.
Come on,
less
man.
time alone while
Come on, man.
Reading verbatim. He said he'll send Skip.
Hey, bro, this man must be stopped. This man must be stopped, bro.
Y'all wasn't talking greasy about me when I was gone. Oh, this shit is hot. God damn. Jesus Christ. I have a new respect for our brothers.
Yeah, I can't even wear regular hats in the house.
Yeah, wow.
So I don't know how they do it.
I know. I need to get it right though. I know I ain't prepared for hell. If for sure Inakuki take me out. I know I'm not ready for hellfire. I was up here cooking myself.
Yeah, we're not ready for the revolution. Sitting up here talking about Black August, can't handle the heat, can't keep people's information quiet.
Yeah, what I'm saying, bro. Like we have not done our folk proud, man.
This is why we need to this is why you need Black August to resituate you.
Yeah, I had a question about Black August.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm genuinely curious.
Uh-oh. It's about to be some disrespectful shit.
No, seriously, it's just simple. Now, Black August, I assume we don't have to go into the meaning of Black August, but I hate that Black Business Month came and superimposed itself on August.
That was slick. That was slick.
That's wild. Can we confidently say, as studied men, that the black affluent, the black bourgeoisie, that the black business class has more often sided with our oppressors than with the freedom fighters?
Well, so first of all, there's at least one scholar whose work I've come across that makes that claim very aggressively, saying, and I'm always blanking on his name, but back in the 30s, saying that the black business community, the biggest exploiter. No. He was a contemporary. I don't know why I keep going blank on him.
He would later. In the 30s.
Yeah, he wrote this in the 30s. He was critical of the whole buy black move, don't buy where you can't work, and his whole point was black capitalism. Only I'll find it in a second, and probably the chat already figured it out. I don't know why I always block on. But his point was that the black business community is the most exploitative segment of society. He went beyond what I would even argue in exploiting black workers, the black community with this. It wasn't Hubert Harrison either. I'll get the name. It was a black economist who would later become far less radical, but at that time in the 30s and 40s, he and I'll find it in a second. But so I don't know about. So I don't know I don't know where on the spectrum or the continuum on this I would find myself, but I would at least say I'm definitely not where, for instance, people like Maggie Anderson and others and other black entrepreneurial, proponents have argued that the black business community has been this sort of driving force of black liberation. And Abram Harris, exactly. Thank you, black intellectual. I knew somebody in the chat would get it before I found it. But Abram Harris, a nerd watching. The Negro Capitalist, the Negro as Capitalist was the book, or the Negro Capitalist, something like that. And he so I would never go so far as to say that they've been the biggest enemy of the black community, and I definitely wouldn't go so far as to say they've been the driving force of the liberation struggle. I think, but as I've really only been able to conceive of this whole topic at this point, is that it's not real. The black capitalist business entrepreneurial community is a fiction. The concept is a fiction. So even those engaging in it, whether they're consciously looking just to be hustlers or they think they're doing something good for the community, they are engaged in an entire fiction. So but yeah, that's my initial answer. Skip, I don't know if you want to take a shot before.
Yeah, I've been thinking about this in different ways. So the question kind of made me connect it in ways I hadn't. I definitely don't think they're the driver. I also don't think they're the biggest hindrance. But I think what happens is we kind of fall into harm mitigation in a lot of ways. And I'm assuming the best about people when I'm talking about harm mitigation. So some of the strategies, I don't think people are necessarily agreeing that is the strategy, like the strategy, as much as I think a lot of times people are trying to figure out how to get as close to the thing as possible without the fear of pain, hurt, and death. They're not really even engaging it in an authentic way. They've already conceded that to go against this thing fully is to die or to experience pain. So as a result, we can manage this pain. So we just kind of want to work with harm mitigation and trying to find access, accepting that the structure and systems that are in place now are the structures and systems that will be in place forever. Like, I don't know if those people really think they can win. So they've already admitted defeat out of practical thinking of it.
I definitely agree with that.
I think you guys are extremely generous to the black business and black bourgeoisie class. I think you guys are overly generous. I mean, I think internally, I think that, to me, the black people who not only adopt but thrive within oppressive and systems have been the top ops. To me, the black business class is akin to like Arabized Africans. And throughout going all the way back, I think it kind of breaks my heart, the level of admiration and accolades and hope that we invest into the wealthy blacks, the affluent blacks, the successful blacks, which they are nothing but a paper tiger. I have to think of a word for it, because like you said, they're not even real. They're not true elites. I used to say pseudo elites, but that don't really roll off the tongue. Pause.
Yeah.
But they don't function as elites. And in fact, I go so far as to say every population within the black community functions as they should, except for the black elites. The black poor, the black working class, even the black scholars by and large pretty much play their role. The group that fails us most consistently is the black elites, because Nas said the best are supposed to clash at the top. And when you look at other elite population, whether it is the Arab oil oligarchs or the Asian tiger economy leaders, Samsung and in Korea, the Korean corporate oligarchs or the Chinese Communist Party officials, top officials, whenever you look at elites from any population, they all function. It is a level of hostility, distrust, and antagonism amongst them. But the black elite are extremely subservient. Like like you said, they have no interest in building a true black elite. They are a comprador. They prefer to be, part of the royal court as opposed to being the king. They never go for the crown. They never go for the throne. They never engage in subversion, hostile takeover, or delegitimizing of other elites, where all other elite populations, they will coordinate and cooperate, but they also, there's always this game of give and take and undermining and trying to get to the top. But the black elite are very content to be at the top of the bottom.
Yeah.
So I can't even call them elite because they don't function as an elite population. They're just at the top of the bottom.
That's why I think it's more assuming the best, right? Like there's definitely I know individuals. Yeah, I think this is an example that kind of connects. So they have, like, here in Jackson, they have set-asides to like help grow black businesses, right? Like, if you wanna apply for a city contract, you gotta have a certain amount that the black people are supposed to get. The black people are supposed to get this thing and learn from these big contractors so that ultimately they can begin to apply for and receive these big contracts. There are contractors here whose only job is to have a good enough relationship with a white business to get the set aside. Like, and then dig this. This is what I've heard. I've not seen this myself. They have gotten so diabolical that now they just get the set aside and don't even have to do the work.
I've seen that. Oof.
Wow. So they got the Kawhi, they got the Kawhi Leonard situation.
So basically,
It's like the black contractors at the Obama Center.
That's it. You come up here.
No-show job.
That's it. We gonna give you this.
That's a sweet spot.
We just gonna give you this.
If you got it.
Whatever this percentage is, that is just the cost of doing business. We just gonna give you, single black man, that we gonna do all this work and you just stay out of our way. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think the black elites, I don't think it's necessarily about leaving black people behind. So I don't think it is as malicious as we could interpret it to be. I think it is much more, using the words from Lawrence, the injected capitalism in our community. And it's just like, hey man, like you were saying, Diallo, we're gonna stand at the top of the bottom. But because we're at the top of the bottom and this is all we gonna get, we just gonna fight like hell to keep this. So I would rather have my peace than to die trying to get it all. Like it's legit knowing when to hold them and knowing when to fold them. Like it is definitely an intentional decision that they make to remain in that place. And because they're making an intentional decision to remain in that place, I can now like really wrap my brain around hey, this is our greatest barrier. But the thing is, my concern becomes if we remove that barrier, and I'm not saying keep it, but I'm saying if we remove that barrier, how many more people will then stop fighting to end it just to get to that spot? Like we haven't even villainized the spot, the idea, the thinking, the whatever that got us to that place. We haven't made that criminal in our community enough, because it's people that's just aspiring to that. Like, I just want to be able to come into your community and convince you to sell your property to the Nets.
Well, I think their absence would be beneficial to us. I mean, if we look at a lot of revolutionary struggles from China to Russia to even Haiti, the shit really got set off when they purged the elite from within. When the elites either got purged or the elites lost legitimacy. Because what the hell is it to be elite amongst the oppressed? That's literally a pacifier. Like you said.
Yeah, my bad. Go ahead. Yeah.
No, go on.
No, I was just going to say, I think that's why so much effort is put into promoting all the stuff that we end up criticizing around here. I mean, there's so much investment in promoting the Black inclusive. I keep going back to it, but Erica Edwards, The Other Side of Terror, and this argument, and I keep seeing it now. It's like I'm hypersensitive to it. The way pop culture will use Black women in particular, but Black people in general, to as participants in U.S. empire, in Western imperialism, by giving them roles and leadership roles as presidents and generals and military, or whatever. And even, there's this this quick aside. I have not seen, I don't know if I'll ever see the film. I'm definitely not in theaters. But I was just reading this critique from a Greek scholar about this Odysseus or the Odyssey film. Mm. Can I just read you one line? For the woman is Emily Wilson, and she's apparently a big time scholar that Christopher Nolan used as cover to say, look, I read her work on the Odyssey and I'm being faithful to the scholarship. And she wrote this blistering critique of the film. And I'm not claiming it's a revolutionary analysis, but this one sentence, she says, the race-neutral casting of Nolan's Odyssey was inevitably deplored in some quarters, but there's nothing progressive about it. most of the non-white actors play versions of the black best friend whose only role in the drama is to provide aid to the white protagonist. So I even thought in that couple of sentences right there that this is again the point that I'm attaching to our discussion here, that pop culture, there's been this great effort over the last 100 and some years. That's what Abram Harris was talking about already in the 30s, of elevating and then promoting some segments of the black community and then making them become a part of the apparatus that convinces so much of the rest of us that there is no struggle to have. There's no struggle to engage. The only path forward is some version of inclusion, participation, and then unconsciously or not, it's made clear this is the way you stay safe, make a little bit of money, enjoy yourself. So anyway, I just thought that was interesting. I was like, wow. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, Jared, like, I joke at the expense of you and Diallo. Like, I forgot who that crazy dude was that was like, y'all don't want people to have jobs because y'all rich. And like, that is just such a fascinating approach to me. Like, in life, to be like, if I wonder how many people would get to where my family is and stop. Like, how many people have gotten to where we are as men and families and been like, like, as y'all say, like, your dislike of the left pushes you to the right, not further left, right? Like, I think we're having a version of this conversation because it is hard for me to reconcile how people that have objectively less than I have are often trying to tell me why my strategy won't work. I would not trade places with you, fam. And you were telling me that I'm too mad, that I'm unreasonable. I don't think you recognize, a couple decisions and we are in the same spot. So I have no attachment to this thing. Whereas so many other people, I think, get to the places that we are and it turns into, you'll get this shit out of my cold dead hands. And I don't really understand. It is very difficult for me to understand how we arrive at that conclusion, beginning at a very similar space and then arriving at different spaces. Like, I don't know how we keep reconciling.
Look, I think it's a testament to our humanity that we're not worse. I actually see it a little differently. I'm surprised any of us do anything of any value to humanity, given that I think so much effort is driven towards making us not. There's so much effort in targeting a destruction of our humanity and encouraging inhumane behavior and antisocial behavior that I'm impressed, honestly, that we're not worse. But just hearing you talk, I mean, all I was ever convinced of, I live way beyond what I had ever even wanted. I'm just talking about me, just me as an individual.
Not me. I ain't got none. I ain't got a fraction of what I deserve.
I didn't say what I deserve, but I just said I never aspired. My goal, once I realized what little I had growing up, and once I realized how much work I was supposed to do to change that, I rejected it, even unconsciously. My entire life has been built around not working and working as little as possible. And I've been willing to give up material comfort and material, quote unquote, success in favor of reduced work. in part because of who I married and what she's done with her career, I've been dragged a stage or two beyond what I had ever aspired to. All I've ever really wanted was air conditioning, ultimately later in life, the internet, and a really good weed connection. And now that I have, like, that's really all I've ever aspired to outside of political behavior. So once I achieved that, I was really good. And it was individually easy for me not to do some of the things I think many people are encouraged to do to chase that money and that career. Now, looking back as I'm approaching retirement, I can see why we're disincentivized to that. My career's gone a certain way. There's a certain, there's certain things that now that I'm of a certain age, I'm like, but no regrets. Just some thoughts. Just some thoughts. But anyway, but my goal is the right to be lazy, like that 18th century Marxist, whatever, or 19th century. Anyway, yeah, go ahead. My bad.
When I said we, I'm talking about Josephus and Jared. I ain't talking about black people.
Oh, I see.
Listen, man. Like, you talking about your white, like, this is not what this shit was supposed to look like. In fact, I was pretty certain that it wasn't going to look this way because I was not going to make the choices that got it to look this way.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, because also, like, it is so fascinating to me to see people, again, with less than me, telling me what I need to do.
And my thing has been, because I at least I hear you, because I at least once a week will hear somebody saying a version of that. You just don't want black people to have jobs. You want black people to be miserable, And my thing is, I keep saying, no, what little I've learned, even in my own experience, is that we would, again, be better off working collectively to get more for all of us, because this individual pursuit thing ain't it. And you not
like,
yeah.
I just, man, like, and then the success, like, going back to what you're saying, like, the way that, like, success is presented to us, and, like, the people with the answers, because I don't know Roland Martin. I feel comfortable talking about Roland Martin. Like, you cannot tell me that I'm supposed to be Roland Martin, and that's some fly shit. Like, you can't convince me of that. Not me.
The Roland Martin that we were critical of last week ain't the Roland Martin we're talking about this week. I just don't know.
Things done changed.
Salute to my man.
Things done changed.
What is going on?
I was just saying, for me,
things done changed.
Things done changed. Tasha K is going live at 3 p.m. Eastern Monday. And if I'm available, I'm probably going to be in that live.
Not me.
I'm just saying, man, like, listen, bro. I just come from a different time. Listen, man. Listen, bro.
I'm just being honest. I'm not proud of it.
Every day.
I'm just admitting this with the family. I'm not proud of my reality, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. If I'm available at 3 o'clock, I'm gonna be in that line.
Yeah, I mean, and because you said it, I'm gonna be in there too. So, like, but you see what I'm saying? I'm just like, that's just what I'm on.
Peace. I have to protect my peace.
Oh, like, man, I can't. Oh man.
So, in recognition of Black August. In recognition of Black August and what we know it has come to be, do you think the struggle that gave birth to this month of recognition and celebration is the struggle advancing, stagnating, or regressing? The struggle with the capital T and S.
my honest answer is based on, I do feel it's important to at least preface it by saying I'm in a very subjective, personal space with this, and look, I think it's regressing. I think it's getting worse, and I think that I don't really have enough presence anymore in those grassroots political on the ground offline spaces that I used to prize and still should, but just am not there as much. So it's I think it's easier for me to feel the lack of optimism. I think it's easier to when you're more involved to see the positive potential, but largely because of where I am now, this YouTube space, my classes, the Black youth that come into my classes, the popular narratives and discussions, the ability to promote anti-Black messaging and anti-radical ideas is today more easily done and than ever. I just think it's we're not in a good spot now. What I do try to hold out for is that oppression breeds resistance, and that I don't have to be clear or aware myself to for it to be happening. So, but my own personalized experience right now in 2026, August 2nd is it's the prognosis is not great. And that we just lost Dr. Johanna Fernandez and Mumia is still locked up all at the same time is kind of maybe part of my response here. Like, if one of the leading advocates for Mumia dies before he does, and he's still locked up, it's just so maybe I'm in a kind of moment, so I don't want to fully discourage anyone, but I'm trying to give an honest answer here.
Are y'all hip to 85 South?
The show,
yeah, the show, yeah. All right.
And Corey Holcomb?
No, I mean, I know who that is, but yeah.
I thought he was on the show or used to be with the show. Maybe
I think he was a guest.
Oh, okay,
recently.
Okay.
Anyhow, but the reason I bring it up is because they we're talking about sometimes the reason we be having problems with people is because we weren't supposed to know them. Right. And the internet has made it so people that we are not supposed to know are able to come into our orbit at a much easier clip than ever at any other point in time in history. All right. I don't know if the struggle is stagnating or getting worse, but I do know with all the information I'm receiving, it does not look good. I also trust when Malcolm said media will have you loving the oppressor and hating the oppressed. I'm just so hopeful that the reason we keep seeing so much bullshit is because the reality is getting so much better. Like, people are actually becoming politicized and they are pushing the foolishness on us more and more to convince us that people are not getting politicized. I have no evidence of that being true. I only have the hope of that. And that will make me say, I don't know. But if I'm left to only the information that I'm able to receive hanging out with my brothers at the barbershop, the information that I receive online, the music that is produced and released, I don't think we're doing too hot. But I'm just really trying to keep hope alive. And that's the shit that gets you killed. You know what I'm saying? Like, really trying to believe that there is something happening that I don't know and I don't see. Because I just can't believe this condition is not the condition we have always been in. Because I'm not talking about politically, I'm talking about humanity. Like, I don't think humans are that different. We just got a whole lot more technology. You know, I can't remember where I saw it, but it was like we are prehistoric beings with godlike technology in the palm of our hands. And that's crazy to me.
You know, if I had to do an assessment, and, you know, my default, if I just had to give a one word answer, I would say regression. But because of the level of complexity and how dynamic the world is, if we were to look at the oppressors, if we were to look at the ops, which are the oppressors, their level of hysteria would point to that they are more optimistic about the potential for freedom than the freedom fighters. Mm-hmm. If you look from Latin America, the so-called Middle East, even the African, and you know, Del Jones used to say, you know, they wouldn't have made a new world order if the old world order stopped working. Mm-hmm. So if I was to take an assessment of the system that oppresses us, it's in a state of hysteria and fear. The way they're advancing their technology of repression, their media consolidation and domination. You know, if y'all came to my house and y'all saw several locks on my doors and bars on my windows, and I opened the door with a 12 gauge and I'm looking over my shoulder, you wouldn't be like, yeah, that brother taking over. That brother locked in. That brother is well secure. You'd be like, man, what's going on? He's in fear. So if we look at it from that point of view, but here's the thing. This is the situation we're in as the conscious people who desire freedom. The opportunities have never been greater, but our capabilities have never been more diminished. So on the positive side, opportunities for revolution, like you said, with our ability to communicate, connect with people around the world, the level of outrage, the loss of legitimacy of institutions, the individual discontentment, the opportunities for revolution have never been greater, but our capacity for bringing all these people together and mobilizing and directing this outrage. You know, we had these things, teen takeovers in Chicago, and the media and the business class were outraged that young people were out here disrupting traffic and the flow of capital. And the response of the activist community was to pacify young people, not to politicize them, not to say, hey, we got 1,000 young people all gathered in one place. Let's go out with some pamphlets, old school shit. Let's get some soapboxes and some megaphones and try to politicize and weaponize this energy. It was go home, be quiet, go to a community center and play basketball until you burn off that energy. So that was a massive opportunity, but our capabilities for even imagining an alternative. So that's even worse than just things being bad. Everybody stupid, everybody pacified, everybody. No, people, we got all this opportunity and we're not prepared. As Farrakhan said, this is a very pregnant moment. He used to be fond of saying, this is a very pregnant moment. Pregnant and we are not, and we trying to pass. So that's really my assessment. We have to either step up to this time in history, because this will be a time in history that will be, you know, or as the Asians say, these are interesting times. We live in interesting times, and I don't think we're rising to the moment. And a lot of times I think, as you said, God technology in primitive hands, the conscious and revolutionary communities needs to entertain new strategies, tactics, and approaches.
All right.
Now this next thing, I don't know. I'm not going to do my Geechee impression. Last time I did it, I think Geechee might have put roots on me. So I'm not going to do my Geechee impression.
Uh-oh.
So I don't want to be out for another 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, while he's at his retreat.
Just as a heads up, I don't know if we were planning to go longer today than normal, but I have to leave by 2:30 Eastern time. It's
12. All right. Yeah, we'll be done. We're gonna fast track this. I don't know, Jared, you said you didn't want to speak on this.
No, well, first of all, I was reminded that this was a reprint of an older discussion, but look, I just disagree with the line in there where Ajamu Baraka refers to Afro-pessimism as a psyop troubled me. But I look, I understand the critique. I think I understand the criticism of Afro-pessimism, particularly from revolutionary nationalists and organizers, and I appreciate it. And I've been moved by the particular argument against my own that my previous engagement with radical analysis and ideas serve as a sort of prophylactic of sorts in terms of the negative harm some associate with Afro-pessimism. But some of the hostility towards Afro-pessimism, I'm still confused by, and I think, and I'm also not. I think that I feel like there's a disconnect between how some in the streets, so to speak, use Afro-pessimism and bring it into activist spaces, and what Frank and perhaps others, other writers have had to say about Afro-pessimism. For instance, and so when I read Frank's work, and whenever we've interviewed over the years, I've never walked away feeling discouraged from activity, from solidarity with other communities. I've just agreed with the fundamental argument that there is an imposed anti-blackness in the world that permeates even non-white communities. And so I'm always just a little, I admit I have a visceral defensive reaction to defensiveness even around Black people being able to raise these kind of criticisms without being demonized even by other Black radicals in such a way. But so that was really it. I didn't really want to re-engage the whole thing and all of that, but that was really it. So that's it. And then, I did think it was funny that not Ajamu and not Margaret Kimberly, I texted someone who I thought would have some insight into these perspectives, and their response I thought was telling in that, and this is someone I tremendously respect, and their argument was, look, I haven't really read Frank's work, and so I can't really speak on what Ajamu and Margaret are saying, and I feel like that's more of the issue than anything else. I don't. So that's it. I don't. Yeah, that was it. So I don't know if you all have any thoughts on that, but that was
Yeah, I mean,
okay. I'm sorry, Diallo.
No, go on.
No, I'm good.
Wait, there was some association in that between Afro-pessimism and the ADOS FBA politics, and I struggled with that comparison as well.
Okay, to me, that was okay. I'm sorry. Now I'm gonna interject. Okay, so part of this is like the politics of respectability becoming a new thing in respectability politics. I think it's fascinating that people have so many opinions on Afro-pessimism, but are not really familiar with the work. So what they're responding to is not the words that was it Derek Bell? Ain't that Faces at the Bottom of the Well?
Yeah, Derek Bell. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're not responding to Derek Bell's writing. They're not responding to Faces at the Bottom of the Well. They're not responding to any of that shit. What they're responding to is people talking about it on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Twitter. And I think where we got to get with so much of this stuff is to start having inquisitive conversations as people that kind of have read some of this stuff, right? And say, well, can you point to where you develop that understanding from the work? Because fundamentally, like that is the problem. The problem is Plato's allegory of the cave, right? These people ain't seen the sun. They are only responding to the shadows on the wall. And I can't really have a conversation about the shadows on the wall because I read the work. Like, I'm so confused. Like, a friend of mine is not dating an idiot. This man, hold on. Like y'all was saying, oh, hold on, I can't do it. This man is always telling her what black people need to do. And he absolutely hates black people. And when I say absolutely, he hates black people. He ain't got none for him. And he starts talking about learned helplessness. And then it hits me, you don't know what learned helplessness is either. And I think we just have to get to a point where we're not even willing to let you, second person plural, get your shit off using a book that you haven't read as the basis for it. And I think that's something that we can control, right? Like, really informing people, hey, if you want to talk about this thing, you got to read at least these 4 books. Because you can't just read a singular book and think you know about the thing. Like, other books were written at that time. What else was happening? Like, again, we are so indoctrinated and taught how to think. Everything that we look at is disconnected from everything that we're looking at. And those of us that have read some of the books are seeing nothing but the connections between these things. And these folks are looking at us like, what are you talking about? Because I'm talking about Afro-pessimism and you talking about a book, Faces at the Bottom of the Well. Ain't nobody heard of that book. But
That's
here you
book.
are telling me.
That book was a bestseller.
But here you are telling me.
90s.
It's bizarre. Like,
so part of the, I just want to point out that part of what has been brought to my attention is that the argument that some have against Afro-pessimism at least includes the way, again, it shows up in organizing spaces that I'm not in as much anymore. So I don't see this. And if in fact young black people are showing up and saying to other black people, we should not be organizing, we should not be engaging, we shouldn't be in solidarity with other people, then I would agree that their reading of Afro-pessimism is also misguided.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I thought I had the definitive interview with Frank Wilderson on this issue, at least 2 of them, where we spoke specifically on this. And he was very clear about what he was saying. So if people are misusing his work, I think that is a separate problem from the idea and the argument itself. So that's always been my thing. So, but then again, but to my point, yesterday, Ajamu Baraka's on with us on Saturdays with Renee, and I don't think he said anything analytically I disagree with. So that's why I'm saying, in fact, he didn't. So I agree with his analysis of the world. It's where we would end up disagreeing is just, and to be fair, maybe I'm just not getting enough from the people on the ground and what's whatever. But we would have to have just a discussion because we have disagreed offline on this, but it just never went anywhere. And my point was, I just, I want you all to engage the work and the ideas and stop taking pot shots and emails. Like it doesn't, I don't see how that helps. And then we don't, but I also have not seen any meaningful debates on this in print or audio video. So if others are aware of this, please let me know. I'd be very interested in seeing. But anyway, that's it. That was it.
I only have one thing to say about this entire thing and all that it encompasses. Black Alliance for Peace and a lot of other these wonderful, good, well-meaning Black organizations and individuals really need to sit down and work hard to understand the distinct difference between solidarity and servitude. And that's a lot of Black organization, leftist Black organizations. And I've tried to articulate this and everybody jump on me. There's a difference between solidarity and servitude. And a lot of times we engage in servitude and we call it solidarity in order to save face. That's all I'll say. And I've had this discussion with them face to face, where they chased me down and had it with me.
Oh man. All right. Well,
that's it. I ain't saying nothing else because I don't want to stir up.
Look, I mean, I do think we have to be able to have, there does have to be able to be some principled disagreement in these spaces without people being dismissed as but
There's a difference between solidarity and servitude going all the way back. Palestine, the Irish, when they're in their fight against colonization, our solidarity with Southeast Asia, their guerrilla and leftist struggles, and the Black community. Black people, a lot of times we show up in solidarity and we end up engaging in servitude. So, and Dr. John Henry Clark told us half a century ago, we need to understand and practice the essential selfishness of survival. That's it. Y'all making me say things I don't have to say. We ready to move on?
Sure.
Essential selfishness of servitude. But anyway, things are looking up. We talking about the movement regressing. How can we say Black folks is regressing? We on the verge of a mega bank.
Oh, wow. I missed this.
What?
Yeah. How did I miss this? 2 historic Black-owned banks.
You don't want to be balling. I'm so tired of balling.
So Optus Bank and Mechanics and Farmers Bank. So they're going to now be bigger than One United and Industrial. 2 America's largest Black-owned banks forced a move that could strengthen access to capital in Black communities. If
that's a hell of a claim.
It's but again, to suggest that capital infusion is the problem facing Black inequality, that's in and of itself the mistake. That's the flaw. That all you need is some capital infusion and we can catch up. That's ridiculous.
But it's 1.27 billion in assets.
Hold on.
Don't Bezos got a boat that costs more than that?
Yeah.
Listen, bro.
I mean, these 2 biggest Black banks can't cop Bezos' boat.
Yeah, One United Bank was one. That was the one I was wondering. I thought, let's see. I'm just curious what, because when what I remember, it's been a few years. So I need to update it, but I remember looking up that, I mean, just 3 white-owned banks have more in assets than all of the world majority banks combined. So if you take Black, Asian, Latino, and whoever else and put them all into one bank, they still wouldn't they'd make it, I think, into the top 5, maybe not even the top 10, but definitely not in the top 3. So I'm not sure what this is supposed to be.
Right. But it's like the last paragraph. They saved it to last. Like, is this a sign of Black prosperity or a sign of these folks is in trouble and trying to, bail water out of sinking boat?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's looking like, yeah, we have arrived. And it was like, no, we on our way out.
Yeah.
Do y'all follow Black millionaires?
I was asking this
No.
black guy that worked at Liberty Bank, black-owned bank. I was like, "Hey man, my homeboy just bought a house from y'all, and y'all immediately sold the mortgage. Like, like, what the hell is going on?" This dude looked me square in the face and said, "Bro, if we just held mortgages, if people stop paying their mortgages, the bank will collapse." Yeah, but like that posits that people gonna stop paying their mortgage. Like, what you got going? This man said we can't afford to just keep paper like that. We got it's too small.
Yeah, Marissa Baradaran's work, I forget the details, but she broke it down and explained why, in many ways, it costs small and black-owned, well, small banks, which are black-owned banks, all small banks, it costs them more to pay interest on your savings and checkings, and like they don't make money by having black people deposit their little bits of money in their banks. So that 1 billion or whatever that they're going to have in combined assets, they're probably paying. They can't, to your point, they can't afford to pay the interest on that. They can't afford to. They got to sell those mortgages. They got to sell and then they're selling. And then these mortgages and loans are going to black communities and families and businesses that have less income, less this, less that, and so to Malcolm X's point, you get a bad education, you get a bad job, you get a bad income, and then there's nothing to build from. So it's again, it's fantasy to say if we just combine banks and bank black and
$1.2 billion, like that's some real money.
It's
almost embarrassing. Like, how is that even newsworthy? That's it.
The biggest black-owned bank got $1 billion.
1.2.
Yeah,
we're gonna be generous and say 1.5.
And that's supposed to be capitalist infusion into a community that has been robbed of trillions of dollars in wealth over the decades.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, the fact that they're trying to play. Listen, I was once one of those like, yeah, we got to have our own. I think our own is one of the biggest fallacies floating around the black community. Our own, anything that comes after our own is a scam. And there was a black-owned bank called Douglas Bank in Kansas City, and named after Frederick Douglass, I was told. And I was in a meeting, hundreds of black folks. And the chairman of the Black United Front said, everybody get out and hold up your Douglas Bank card. And I was standing there, man, my heart, I was beaming with pride. Is this ocean of green and beige cards waving in the crowd like we all got our bank cards. 3 months later, guess what? I'll let you take a guess. Maybe 4 months after, the ocean of black people in the hood coming together for our own. Guess what happened to that bank?
Bottoms up.
So, look, I just looked it up. For instance, look, even in the chapter that I did, like I was borrowing from Baradaran, like black people wanted freedom, but instead they were given a bank. To paraphrase the line, but it says here, for instance, the call to deposit black income in black banks does not help small banks, black banks, as is assumed. Deposits, Baradaran points out, are liabilities to banks. Deposits become debt, which banks must service with interest and have covered and available should any depositor want her money at any given time. Unlike larger banks working with much larger sums and with full access to invest those sums in the global economy, assuring greater returns, black banks cannot afford to loan out and do not recuperate loans at the same rate and with the same levels of profit as described above. Black banks may want to self-promote as being one with political movements and with the people, but they, as Baradaran noted, do not really find value in what most black people deposit. So it just can't. Again, going back to the first question, it's not a matter of what any of us think or how any of us feel. It is a mirage. It is a fiction. And so, yeah, the ruling elite will always say, man, give them a bank. Give them a small business. Go ahead. Because that's never going to be a threat. It's never going to be a threat. And I thought that was deep because I never understood that before I read her work on that how that exactly works. That to a bank, the little bit of money we put in it. I remember years ago in DC, I went to the bank and I said, I think I was trying to deposit, what to me was everything, like $6,000 or something like that. And the woman told me, you would have to prearrange that. And we don't have that in here. She was like, you think I got $6,000? And I was like, but you're a bank. How do you not have my little $6,000? And she was looking at me like, you don't seem to understand how this works, idiot. Now come back tomorrow or get your little, $20. Because I don't have it. And it's like, yeah. Anyway. It's so
in capitalism, I have no doubt the way we're operating, there would be Black people beaming with pride in antebellum South when they find out there's some Black-owned slave ships. We got our own boats. This I call it direction through depravity, where they deprive of the oppressor deprives us of something. So we, just without any critical thought, think that obtaining that thing that the oppressor has denied us is somehow defiance of the oppressor. Now, the most obvious thing is the white woman on an individual scale. Negro, you eyeballing a white woman, you whistling at a white woman. So they deprived us access to the white woman. And so a lot of brothers thought getting me a white woman is the pinnacle because it got to be something grand. So we didn't have our own banks. We didn't get to have this. We didn't get to have this. So we pursue shit without ever asking, what good will this do us? We just pursue it because they denied it to us.
And who don't benefit from a little Jared in their life?
I mean, yeah, there are some good things that have come from as a byproduct of this direction through the depravity. Like they deprive us of something, but that's a good, let me tell you something, it's weird. If you have a child and you say, hey, child, you have access to this whole house, but you can't go in that one room. Without knowing what's in that room, what the hell is the child going to be fixed? A room full of toys and video games. They're going to think, and that's how white people are controlling us. They got us pursuing. Earlier this year, I had seen a headline here in Chicago, reading the Black newspaper, Chicago Crusader. First Black something. I stopped reading after we still chase. So much of what Black people are pursuing and wasting our time, talent, and resources on. And we're pursuing shit for no other reason than white folks said we can't have it. And we think by getting that shit is somehow a defiance of the white man. When the white man is, when our pursuit of that and securing of that entrenches our oppression and empowers or legitimizes our oppressors. So this whole, we want to get into banking. The revolutions I studied, the bankers were some of the first people that were dragged out into the street. I've never seen a revolution where the bankers were lifted up on the shoulders of the people.
Carried off like they won the Super Bowl.
Hey. When every revolution I studied, the debt holders, even the white folks' revolutions, the farmers, the peasant revolutions, they run up into the merchants, the tax collectors. So when has banking been a source of empowerment to the people?
Never. But I mean, Lenin wrote about this. Lenin had a whole analysis of this. Like this, people have been writing about this for a long time, and it's not only, but as is often the case, when it gets weaponized and targeted at Black communities, it becomes some solution. And I saw you highlight that comment, because this whole thing of I agree with you, brothers. Someone said, but what are your solutions?
Who said that?
Someone in the comment, and then I think somebody highlighted
I did,
silver response.
Yeah, because I think that's golden.
People have been asking me that question from 1992. And no matter what answer I give them, I've never had a person who asked that question actually act upon the answer.
That is true. I've never had somebody say, you know what, I'm exactly going to do those things.
I've never had one. I've been asked that question since the year of 1992. What's the solution? I'm like, okay, A, step 1, step 2, step 3. Here's an outline. Here's a blueprint. I've never had a person like, oh, thank you so much, and go out and carry it out.
No, usually it just becomes a critique of what I've said. So what is your solution? And they're like, nah, that ain't gonna work.
that ain't gonna work. Y'all just don't want us to have jobs.
Y'all just don't want
that's a wild question. That's a wild question.
I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. And I mean this shit sincerely. Like, no disrespect. I love both of y'all immensely. I tell y'all all the time.
Uh-oh.
To know y'all and to hear people be like, they just got it all for themselves. And I'm just like, man, them niggas ain't got nothing. Like they got a car in the house. Like that's everything. Like, bro, what we telling you to do, get everybody this. Like we don't want us to be the only ones with it. Like,
look, again, one day I would like, I thought of this the other day, and I was, it did occur to me. One day I would love it if for instance, if the EYL crew could come to my house and we do a show from here. Because I would want to show on camera again, because I think I'm a really good microcosm for this discussion. Where I grew up literally on the east side of Columbia, Maryland, a few miles away, I thought in the neighborhood I live in today, I really thought this is it. When I used to drive over to this side or be on this side of just this little suburban planned city, I'd be like, wow, this is a whole other universe. They got yards and garages. And I thought a single family home was, and then in 2019, when my wife and I, for the first time for each of us, bought this house literally on the street where I used to drive down thinking this was the end all be all. I'm like, I'm not mad, but this ain't that. Like, I thought this,
Jared.
I mean, I'm not complaining.
Y'all need to come to Chicago in 26 days.
To the Mackinac. Yeah, that's where I need to be.
Anything with Maconomics in it is gonna be bad.
No, that's what we need, Skip. The
What,
Wealth Summit weekend. Maconomics, man.
Or Pimponomics.
Listen, Jared.
How much are the tickets?
But Skip, man, I tell you, man, I thought I came up, man.
Listen, Jared. The house I live in now, I used to take girls on dates to this side of town to be like, look at all this shit over here, baby. like, have you ever seen this shit?
Stick with me.
I'm the only one of us that ain't made it out the hood.
Jared, I used to ride over here and be like, where the fuck do these people work? How can they live like this?
Exactly. Literally, exactly. What do you do?
Where do these people work? I never see them people.
Do you know what I found out? This is why I don't go to the block parties around here. The first one I went to, I found out that the white man that lives, because across the street there's a version of our houses that's newer, and I think they've done some super fly shit to it. And when they come to the little block parties, and I met the dude, and he told me, he said he runs a parking lot. And I in my mind, I was like, I'm never talking to him again. And I don't think we have, to be honest. And it's not even that he did. I was just, I can't. Because my whole point was,
I'm a doctor.
It was a version of that Chris Rock joke. Like everybody.
This dude got some parking lots.
To you personally? You never talk to
Wait
him
a
again.
minute. Skip. It's not parking lots. He's the manager of one.
This man can get up every day, sweep, and go to that house.
I don't even think he has to do that. I think I think he manages it, and that's it. But my point is, I was like, wait a minute. I had to do this. My wife did this, and we live across the street in a lesser than, and that's all you do? Parking lots? Because when I was a kid, to your point, I was over here like, these people must be astronauts and rocket scientists and discovering cures for cancer.
They're thieves. They're thieves. I was working at Truman Medical Center, and I had a coworker there, and she's one of them raspy voice, straw hair, little skinny white women, very vascular, like coal miner's daughter. And she was like, yeah, whenever I get in trouble, I just sell land. My dad left me hectares and hectares and hectares of land. And so going all the way back to the 50s, her father was just buying acreages of indigenous land throughout the Oklahomas, throughout Kansas, rural Missouri. And they got hectares. I don't know. Y'all be talking acres. Y'all city folks don't know what hectares are. Oh, well, maybe
I don't even know. I think I have barely. I don't even. Do we have an acre? I don't even know what an acre size. I don't even know what that is. But an acre is huge.
A hectare is just incalculable. And she was just like, yeah, whenever I get in a little trouble, I catch a case, I just sell a few acres. Like just land as a piggy bank. And I'm telling you, this is woman, and I hate to stereotype white folks. They've been through enough. But she was trailer refuse. That's what you would call her. Some old Ozark, Wyandotte County trash. And the amount of inherited wealth, stolen, appropriated wealth that she had as a poor white folk. White poverty hits different. When white folks say they poor, that means they only have access to maybe $250,000 worth of liquid capital. I'm cash poor.
Wait a minute, Diallo. Not only are we cash poor, but I just looked up this Maconomics thing. I don't think, no disrespect to you all, but I don't think we're pretty enough to be here. Do you see the list? Look at these beautiful people that they got. Scroll down and look at these beautiful people that are going to be. Is this an economics or a modeling conference?
Is that Smokey Robinson?
Listen, this is Chicago. You know, we step out. Oh, Lala Scissorhands.
I don't know who any of these people are.
I like her. You don't know Lala Scissorhands?
No.
She's she's funny.
Candy Burris is the only name I recognize. But I'm just like, look at all these beautiful people. Clearly the solutions are going to be there.
I got a couple solutions for a couple of them.
Yeah, we ain't got no famous folks. This ain't, and they're holding it at the Obama Center.
Yeah.
So how much we got to raise to get through the dough?
I don't know. What is it? I don't know how this works. Man, How much is that all white yacht party?
That's only $80.
What? VIP access?
$89. That's the after party. Wealth Summit, $149. Oh, here, this is my speed.
I don't even see the price.
What's the all-in one?
That's me right there. I'll be at the Foundational Basketball Classic. That's me. That's my speed. And I'm going to be in the basketball class to say, what they say in the $300 event?
Exactly.
What y'all done did? I'm going to be there looking over people's notes because I ain't, man. And they get people to pay for this shit. I bet you this shit sells out because it's at the Obama Center. So,
but that's the thing, bro. Like, I ain't saying it ain't going to sell out. But like, who
celebrity
the fuck
basketball? Who's going to be at the celebrity basketball?
These people. Candy Bird's going to be there. Pump faking.
Candy can't hoop.
You don't know that.
But in that vet, you can look at her and tell she can't hoop. But in that vest, Mike can hoop though.
Oh, BET got a black president now?
Really?
Louis Clark, president of BET.
Okay.
Buddy right there in the middle next to them two babes.
I know the
He
mayor.
definitely can't hoop.
We
he
got a
definitely
progressive
can't
mayor.
Tyrone Stoudemire.
Yeah, he definitely can't hoop. Look at his wig.
Oh wow.
I don't know. Yeah, Black Enterprise Senior. These are some serious people. Anyway, the Obama Center is going to be a hub of grifting, I guess. This is the first major event. They sent this to me. I don't know how I got on the list for Obama Center.
It's called Maconomics.
Tariq Nasheed gonna be there.
Oh no, I don't think he's got a pass. They said they did this last year. Why didn't they invite me last year?
He a Mac.
Forget that, man. Listen, a week had to be there. Don't miss twice. I mean, with all these seminars, man, do people be getting money when they show up to this? Oh, they're your boys.
Who?
EYL.
EYL, yep.
Oh, hey, check this.
Work
Oh,
will
let me
set you
know.
free.
Let me know when we get close to the end because I got some questions for people.
Because they got all these summits.
We should probably start looking towards that now. It's already 1:30.
All right, let's just jump on to this here.
But I do want to make sure. I just saw this comment asking about Skip's music. Where can it be found? So we should make sure to
this
answer
is the
this,
month.
please.
Yeah, it's up. It'll be on AfricanWorldOrder.com. It'll be on Tibet.bandcamp. And yeah. Hit Diallo, hit Jared, get my number from one of them. Yeah, I tap you in. Ain't nothing.
36. I don't see it on 36.
What are you talking about?
But listen.
Oh, the have you heard what's going on in Tuskegee?
I have.
And them banning do-rags, bed clothing, bonnets.
Yeah, and I saw where there was an attempt to explain this. How did they? Let me see. How did they put this here? Oh, hold on. I hate that. I hate that. But there was an attempt to explain this away. There was a student leader who was I just saw said students are frustrated because while the administration has moved quickly to announce and enforce policies regarding dress code, cell phone use, and attendance, many longstanding issues that directly affect students' education and well-being remain unresolved. So this story for me resonated, like it resonates a lot. Like there's like to this day, I think if you walk into the School of Journalism, where I am unfortunately no longer welcome, you were greeted with a stand, like a life-size cutout of Morgan students, or you know, with this presentation is supposed to be something that, you know, along the lines of you know, be well dressed and well mannered and that kind of thing. But then all these student concerns on our campus around security, housing, funding, class sizes, resources, all kinds of things go under attended. But so to see people turning around, I will then also say I am on the flip side a bit sensitive to the concerns from an administrative and faculty perspective of attendance. Regular attendance in classes is a crisis, and but I don't think the response is to say, you know, take your bonnet off and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, that was my initial reaction to the whole thing.
Well, I saw everybody commenting on it, but I actually went to the Tuskegee page and looked up their 100-page codes and procedures and policies. Mm-hmm. And it says that, and what I've come to understand is that this has always been in place. It just hasn't been enforced. Mm-hmm. So, but it's mad subjective. Like dress standards at Tuskegee University require that students are dressed in good taste at all times. Of course, what's good taste? Students are not permitted to wear sleepwear outside the residence halls. So this ain't even about classes.
No, right. So again, on the one hand, I will admit, I would prefer if students came to class fully dressed what I would consider appropriately, which means,
Top
fully
and
covered. And I do prefer that
Let me
students
get my
not
kufi back. Where I throw
no,
that
no,
thing?
I do prefer that students
You
not
want them rocking 3/4.
look. I admit I don't like coming to class and being confronted with a lot of skin and exposed bodies, and I admit that. I don't address it. I don't consider it. It's just a personal preference.
You're
I
supposed to
would prefer.
gouge your eyes out.
Nope. So but what bothers me though,
Didn't Jesus say gouge out your own eyes? Back me up, Skip.
but what bothers me though is that this would be the focus when so many other issues are not properly addressed. So publicly and outside of what I've just admitted here, I never talk about this. I don't address it with students, with other faculty. I've resisted these discussions. I've even it caused one or another discomforting moments by saying our focus should not be on what they wear, even if it makes us uncomfortable. It should be focused on the quality of the experience they get in the classroom, which I often point to starts with how well you treat your faculty. But, but yes, but at the end of the day, I'm not interested in having discussions about my or anyone else's preference of dress when we have so many issues around, again, housing, payment, quality of education, job placement, politics. I mean, there's so many other things that I think need to be addressed. If everybody has a decent classroom and housing experience with quality, affordable, whatever, blah, blah, then maybe we could have a discussion about all of this. But ultimately, I'm not interested. And then one last thing, I don't think HBCUs do enough to make it clear that any shortcomings in Black economic or material conditions have nothing to do with bonnet wearing and pajama wearing to classes, and or my personal problems with cleavage and whatever else being exposed.
So, yes. And the same students go to some fucking club in who knows where, Alabama, and get told that you can't come in here wearing that, and they change their clothes.
Interesting. That's
Wow, y'all how conservative.
That's interesting.
I agree with everything that everyone has said. But why do these students only want to talk about the dress codes put in place at school, but easily comply with the dress code at the club?
So you with these skits, don't talk to me about CP time when you come in to pick me up, but you don't miss a movie and a flight in your life.
Can I say this though? There's an old saying: sin is not what you do, but the spirit in which you do it.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can restrict or permit anything you want. But when I looked, what bothered me about this, because I could care less. I'm never going to school again. I'm never reading again. I don't want to learn nothing new. I'm locked in. I know all there is to know. So this will never affect me. But when I began to look at interviews of administrators and graduates and students, what bothered me the most about all this shit is the rationale behind it. Because I can get with almost anything. I can get with any limitation or any liberty, but you got to explain to me for what though? To what end? So when these motherfuckers start talking about you've got to be professional when you get out into the world, like educating, enlightening, developing critical thinking is for no more than to make yourself marketable to a multinational corporation or to the state. So they're not even talking about your own personal dignity, your own personal development, any standards for empowerment, liberation, or they're strictly talking about white folks don't like that shit. And we getting you ready and acceptable for white folks, which is why Tuskegee was ever set up. And then they want to invoke old Booker T. And Booker T, I don't know if Booker T was here, because Booker T sold us a lie. He said if we cast down our pail, if we behave in an industrious manner, if we learn to articulate ourselves, to walk upright, and to engage to find the holes in the economic system, find the unwanted jobs and the uncompleted tasks in society and avail ourselves, then the white man will be like, well, gosh darn, I was wrong about these monkeys. I was wrong about these Negroes. Hey, put away the ropes and the white hoods. These folks are willing to work hard. They can be educated. They don't smell funny or bad. And what he said, if we avail ourselves and conduct ourselves in a certain way, then freedom just gonna rain, shower us down, and white folks will accept us as his brother, and we will be as separate as the fingers. What's that shit he said? So everything Booker T fucking said did not play out because we played our role to a T. We went to infinity and beyond in making ourselves economically useful and viable in our citizenship, our patriotism, and our lust for education and the written word. We did everything Booker T said we was fucking supposed to do, and the white man was still white manning. In fact, nothing could get you lynched faster than a top hat, a monocle, and a cane walking down uppity Negroes caught way more hell than the slack-jawed, brogue iron.
And wasn't Ida B. Wells's point largely associated with these lynchings were more about business and economic?
Exactly. And they stole more than $1 trillion worth of wealth from us. They stole the land. They talk about a mass migration. It was not a mass migration. It was ethnic cleansing of the South. Black folks wasn't sitting down in the South for 300 years and say, hey, let's give up this here farmland and of the way of life we've had for centuries and head up to work in a funky factory in Chicago. All right. Let's go work the docks in New York City. Let's go cripping blood on the West Coast. We just the warmth of other sun. So all that to say is the rationale behind telling black folks is if I'm gonna tell my sons, hey, don't wear a do-rag outside, it ain't gonna be because the white folks will look at you a certain way. If I'm gonna tell my daughter, why are you wearing them comfortable house shoes and pants to the grocery store? So my thing is every single rationale for these restrictions on the conduct and attire of young black people, every single one was one that was to make them more acceptable, to serve them up on a platter to private industry or state jobs. That's my problem with the shit. Because I don't care, hey, throw the girls in hijabs, throw the girls in burqas, but you're gonna have to explain to me for what? The for what is where it falls apart for me. So y'all, I know Jared and y'all conservative on this. Y'all want to focus on the family and all that. But me, my thing is, I hope show up to class doing cartwheels butt naked. Fuck them and fuck their standards because they on some slave shit.
I'm with you. Here's the problem. Don't disagree with anything that you say. Here's the problem. Those students show up to that school, much like students show up to every school. Tell me what is the least amount that I have to do to get this degree so that I can make all this money that y'all told me is out here.
Yep.
Now, when we tell you, hey, bro, you're going to have to take them pajamas off to get to this money out here, your response is always, the white man told me that I ain't got to wear. The white man told me I got to wear these dress clothes and to do all this stuff, and I don't understand why you putting that on me. Yeah, but you said you wanted the job and all the money that the white folks got. I'm just telling you that you got to do all the stuff to come with it to not get it. And these students are not asking any critical questions about anything beyond what they're going to wear. Never. Why y'all keep pushing us to take these fellowships with the FBI? Never. Why are there still ROTC programs at school? Never those questions.
They the students.
What you mean they're the students?
You've been around kids. They're idiots.
I don't disagree with you. All I'm saying is these motherfuckers get real smart and know all the history for why they need to be able to wear abundance pajamas, but don't have any criticisms or challenges to other things that are in place. And again, I think this is all just wasting time.
But to me, it's about legitimacy and authority. What gives you the authority? Amos Wilson said, I guarantee you. Amos Wilson said, I can tell you what give
me the authority. You gave me $80,000.
To teach me, not to dictate how I dress.
You gave me $80,000. You don't want to be taught?
You want
the end.
I think we're having two different discussions.
I don't think we are.
Here's the thing. Here's my position. Like Amos Wilson said. Amos Wilson said, I guarantee you, when the world is ended, whether it is severe societal collapse through economy, ecological collapse, or nuclear holocaust, he said, I guarantee you the person who brings about that collapse will not be wearing sagging pants, will not be wearing a bonnet or a do-rag. He said they will be wearing a tailored suit and or a lab coat. I think Black people, we have lost our goddamn minds and we keep talking about generational wealth. The reality is we're passing down generational dysfunction. And the Negroes that are most acceptable and palatable to the dominant culture are doing the most damage. So all I'm saying is, if I'm in a position of authority, I've worked with young people more than I've wanted to. It's because when I was, because that's where the money resides. People will give you money if you're doing something for the young Black youth. And I've always had very strict standards working with them. I've always put standards on them. But my rationale is I'm trying to orient you and educate you and motivate you to tear this motherfucker down. And I always find that you can get cooperation and compliance if you have the rationale, if you explain to them why you're doing this. And then you're saying, oh, you got to dress for success. And then send them out into an economy where OnlyFans models are making more than PhDs. Where Instagram fitness influencers pushing pseudoscience and supplements are making more than doctors. So maybe the young people will learn. And this is my final word on this. A mantra I stand by is the youth or the truth. The youth or the truth. And if your young people are showing up like, I don't give a fuck, maybe you need to look at everything around them instead of just lasering in on them. That's it.
That part I tend to agree with. The youth are a reflection of what the adults of society are producing. I do agree with that.
It's accurate, but it don't rhyme, Jared.
Yeah. But really, my only solution is that these students need to just get their degrees up like Josephus has.
And that'll fix everything.
I would also say I don't think nude cartwheels will help and make my classroom more effective in terms of a teaching an educational space. With all due respect. With all due respect. All right, so I do need to start looking to wrap up because I gotta.
I think we covered everything. When Geechee's not here to distract and talk over everybody, we get through it.
So again, the last thing that I got on this, these children, our children, are This is their version of sagging. This is their version of hot pants. This is their version of short shorts. This like it's all of those things. The difference is I just don't see these young people having the fundamental skills necessary. This is it. They're going to go into the world even underprepared to enter that world than we were. And that will become a direct reflection. The enemy will say that is a direct reflection of the choices that they've made to wear bonnets, to wear pajama pants, and that's why they don't have it. And we're not going to be talking about access to these systems because they're going to be able to be told you can't come in because you don't know how to, the soft skills. Wow, yeah. The soft skills that we were told was super important, right? Like you gotta know how to read, but then you gotta have these soft skills. These kids are not gonna have the ability to read, and they're not gonna know how to wear a disguise. And I wonder what the outcome for that is going to be.
Are you asking this or is this rhetorical? Or you just
that was my period. Final, if you got an answer, I don't know what that will be.
I don't have an answer. Yeah. We do have to do the weakest of the week. And then I think, Josephus, you said you also had a question you wanted us to wrap on.
Yes.
Oh, unmute yourself. My bad, Diallo. I muted you because you were clapping during.
Typing. I'm sorry. Do we have a third weakest of the week?
So it's first you got to introduce the one you put in the introduce the
so first I have the Tuskegee dress code,
right,
and Tuskegee admins.
Yeah,
I have Black August regression. So all of us, the whole Black community, is the weakest of the week. All of us. And what's the third one?
Boy George. Didn't you put the Boy George?
Yeah, boy. Chat? But we didn't cover that though.
Well, I'm saying it won't take long if you want to.
Yeah. Hold on. Why y'all talking about this? Remember, I got a job. I don't have tenure.
Oh wow.
Okay.
This is too much. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, man. Boy George. Wait. Where did somebody was like not Culture Club? Yeah, Boy George is tripping. What's he been up to all these years?
He wanted to make a pro-Zionist reggae song
using his AI.
Manager, huh?
Using AI,
right? Using AI, and his manager refused to allow him to reach it.
So that was how I understood it. Boy George wanted to, in defense of his Jewish friends, create an AI pro.
An inspirational song in support of the plight of Israel. And his manager said, listen, if you do this, I'm not going to be able to book you anywhere. This contradicts your whole brand. And so he fired his manager. And so the song is supposed to be coming out.
And it said he's doing beef tracks. So like he went at somebody else. He created another AI track to go at someone else for something similar, maybe. I'm not sure.
Okay, so we got the Tuskegee dress code, and because we have concluded that Black people have not carried forward the baton of Black militancy and Black struggle, we are regressing in Black struggle. All of us are the weakest of the weak. All of us, or Boy George and his pro-Zionist stance.
You woman, I don't think we can use it as our theme song because that AI copyright will get us. The Boy George thing, though, I thought was hilarious.
Yeah, I didn't know he was still alive. I think I got him confused with George Michael.
Oh yeah.
I seriously, when that story came up, I'm like, Boy George is alive?
Nah, yeah, and George Michael, I don't know. Yeah, Boy George is alive. George Michael is not, and
Right.
I don't know what George's politics were, but I did like some of his music.
Which George?
George Michael.
Oh, okay.
I don't, other than Culture Club, that one big hit they had way back when. I don't think I know. I'm not aware of anything.
Yeah, that's all I know too.
Has anyone
That
from
song
the 80s aged
well? Yeah, that's all I know. I don't know.
Has anyone from the 80s aged well? Damn.
Eddie Murphy.
That's a good one. I think you're right about that one.
Eddie Murphy.
Is he the only?
You got Eddie Murphy. You got well, she more from the 70s.
The prostitute that Eddie Murphy picked up that ended up dead.
She didn't age well, or they didn't age well.
I mean, he said he was just giving her a ride when the LAPD cop pulled him over. And then shortly after, did he have anything to do?
I don't know.
Messy.
Now you about to make me go off screen like Skip.
Right, yeah. Well, you watch Tasha K. You have no right to judge me.
I will be at 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, so you have no right to judge me.
You're right.
Me too.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I am in no space to judge anyone.
Well, Eddie Murphy does have some tangential connection to a dead sex worker, but Eddie Murphy is clean. His slate is clean. And
the question
I think
was just, did he age well? Not is he guilty of anything?
Yeah. That barrage of shitty movies, Dave, 1,000 Words. He did a barrage of shitty movies, and I was an Eddie fan, so he tricked me so many times. He just got me a year or two ago. He did some Christmas movie where he turned into a Christmas ornament.
Yeah,
you see that shit?
Like, oh, George Michael.
I'm taking back. Eddie Murphy did not age well.
Well, I thought you meant okay. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
George
Michael. I have to find an '80s person that did age well.
I know that's a good question. I can't think of any off the top of my head. Now that you, I just saw an interview with Slash from Guns N' Roses. Oddly enough, and apparently they're still on tour. So, and I don't know if that says
he's still touring with that racist motherfucker.
Yeah, man. Not all of us.
That's where the money reside. Nope, Denzel. I don't think Denzel. He's an ultra conservative evangelical Christian.
Yikes.
And he be pushing that shit in his movies. And I love Denzel. I love the Equal. I'm waiting for the next Equalizer movie. Keep acting.
Janet Jackson. Yeah, Janet Jackson looked pretty good.
Didn't Janet Jackson say that Kamala wasn't black? And
oh Lord, I thought we would. I didn't know this age well meant politics. I thought it meant
it's in the whole package.
Physical beauty, the cast of A Different World.
Oh, you talking? That's how good they look.
That's what I thought it. That's what I thought it meant.
It's the biggest sellout.
Yeah, but the cast of A Different World ain't from the '80s though.
That's also true.
Oh, we got Samuel. Yes. Okay. Let me see. I'm trying to find somebody I don't have a problem with.
Sam probably predates the 80s, but he's 80s.
That's what I'm saying.
His movie career really kicked off in the 80s with Spike Lee.
Yeah, God. Okay.
Yeah, but like,
okay,
that wasn't the '80s.
Yeah, Diallo got something for everybody. Like everybody.
We're talking about. I thought it was their overall public persona. What we know, I don't know them people personally,
Lisa
but I'm
Bonet.
just saying their overall public persona. Yeah, Lisa held it together. I mean, that's the way to go. Just be a hippie. Yeah, and Cree Summers.
Cree Summers. I see her on what you
Problematic AF. She's unproblematic AF. Cree Summers, Lisa Bonet. So yeah.
So all of us won the weakest of the week. That I feel like that's appropriate.
Oh, community, all of us. We weak. We let George Jackson down. Definitely. We let George Jackson. So we all of us, the whole community.
Wesley
all
Snipes.
of us are the weakest. But no, he went sovereign citizen. But I will cancel that out because of he executive produced and narrated A Great Mighty Walk. So yes, I'm going to say Wesley Snipes is unproblematic. Cree is problematic. What Cree done did? I just like the cartoons.
Oh no.
I think people
Rosie
mad at her
Perez?
for Drawn Together. That shit was wild. Drawn Together was wild. But I didn't know Creed was probably Creed been flying under the radar.
What did she do?
Please give me a reason to hate.
I know somebody explained that before we gotta go. Before at least I gotta go.
What Creed done did? Because her voice work, her animation work is just.
I don't remember Drawn Together. What was Drawn Together?
That was a racist, homophobic, xenophobic, every type of. It was a horrendous animated reality show.
Oh wow, yeah, she was on that. Okay, all right.
Yeah, they literally had like there was one episode while they were explaining black men's love of big butts.
Oh wow. Oh, I see Adam Carolla was on it, so it must have been a mess.
Yeah, they said when in Africa, when we were being chased by savage beasts in Africa, we would run in between the butt cheeks of black women in order to save ourselves from the vicious animals in Africa. And that's why we love big butts to this day. It is some of the wildest shit I ever seen.
So her character was named Foxy Love, and there was a character named Jew Producer.
Yes. And then a gay video game character and a pig was Adam Carolla. This shit was wild.
Yeah, he was Spanky Ham.
Yeah. Oh, you seen it?
I'm looking at the thing. I looked it up. I'm just looking at I've never seen it. I'm just looking up the whatever Google search thing. So
yeah.
All right. Well, Skip went off camera again, so I guess that's about the cue for you to put the thing on the thing.
Yeah, put the thing on the thing.
Wait a second. What I done did?
Anything.
Hey, bro. Listen, bro.
What did I say? What did I do?
Hey, listen, bro. I don't know if this dude. I don't know if this person is a troll or if they are just trying to get famous by being ridiculous in the chat. I'm not fooling with them.
Chicken Chow Mein has gone at me before, so I don't.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I don't want to be catching your strays. You keep your trolls on your side. I bring my own haters. I don't want to inherit your haters, Jared.
I feel like there's some cross pollination in the hate. But I don't feel like we circled the wagons around our pastor today. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, because I said pause. Yeah, I gotta fix that.
Oh, because of the pause. Go back to the phrasing. All right.
I'm gonna start saying proceed.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna start saying proceed.
Proceed.
And like I just listen, bro. I be in my neighborhood, my old neighborhood and my community too much to just,
So, but I guess that's it.
Fellas, I appreciate it.
I didn't wake up this morning expecting to be the weakest of the week.
And yet we all win. We all got it today.
I really thought the dress code, but I guess, man, y'all respectability politics got y'all in a chokehold.
All you got to do is button up a shirt and pull up your pants and we'll be free.
Listen to you. And the cops won't shoot you.
Not at all. The cops have never shot a fully dressed black person.
They took a young brother out. Jared be like, what was he wearing?
Exactly. I'm on the Bill Cosby thing. Don't steal the pound cake. You don't have to worry about getting shot for it.
Yeah, you wouldn't be poor if you just pull your pants up. Okay.
Clearly, that's all I did. When we were talking about how I moved from one side of Columbia to the other, all I did was pull up my pants.
Pull my pants up.
There we go. Now you're going to be in a discussion 20 years from now, like who made it through the 90s unscathed? Now they going to pull this. Nah, Jared's problematic. They going to pull this up.
Somebody going to say, Jared, he made it. And then somebody going to say, no, I got the receipt.
I said pause you, but Jared, Skip will make it through.
Not if he keeps getting blamed for you. If he says if we circle the wagons around Diallo, we all.
No, he'll get credit for trying to fix me.
He does try. He has been putting in the effort.
Yeah, see, he's been trying to correct me. So that's even self-sacrifice, man.
All right, fellas, I got to make a run, man. I will see you all later.
He told me to cast down my net and to cast down the net and become fishers of men.
Hit the thing, man. I got to go, man. Peace, everybody. Thanks a lot.
Man. I'll see y'all next week.
Oh, I'm so surprised. I'm so surprised. Y'all been in church 2 hours and you're expecting to see heaven out here, and there ain't no heaven. You're still right here on the black man's truth. No, you can't deny it. You can't deny it. You've been down on your knees the last 2 hours, haven't you? Begging some God to help you in the hereafter. But the hereafter is right now, brother. The hereafter is here and now.
We a series of amendments and leather African pendants, handguns and incense. Liberation's expensive. Earned by studying love, books and bloods, the crooks and thugs, the capitalist loves. They the enemies of the people because the words written replace where the innocence was. Searching for knowledge to escape what ignorance does. So we earn liberation by rejecting what was.
You got to earn your liberation.